new weapon variants. We saw your excitement on Reddit about the betterli, to make the betterli. So we decided to play with that a bit, and we actually made the betterli and have multiple changes for that. So let's start with the new Waterline Marksman variant. If you want to talk about it a bit, Chris.
Yeah, this one is pretty straightforward, right? It's the marksman with bolt action is quite powerful. Vetterli has a high fire rate, and the marksman obviously has the same one, so it's a pretty good, pretty aggressive marksman weapon. Because the other marksman medium ammo we have, right, is the Springfield, but yeah, obviously this one just fills a gap that always existed.
Exactly, and so the marksman is currently the unlock after the incendiary unlock on the Vetterli tree, and it costs $190 in the store when you buy it. But I guess let's take a look at it, how it exactly looks first, and then we'll show you some gameplay as well. So let's take a look. As you can see, it's quite beautiful. Yep, so that's the Vettel Marksman, and yeah, let's take a look at some gameplay. So this is just some normal gameplay of how you can experience it and how it feels, how it looks exactly when you're using it in game. So it's basically between the Deadeye and the normal Vetterli.
No, it's not between the two. It's between some sniper variants, right, and the Deadeye probably. But there's no sniper for the Vetterli, so you can't really put it in between the Vetterli tree. But the important part here is we have the Centennial, obviously, that has to be compared with the Vetterli. That has a sniper variant. This one is now the marksman version with slightly reduced range and bullet velocity, but we also have something for that. But the real advantage of this one is obviously the magazine size with the high fire rate. And no other marksman variant can match that.
Exactly, and actually in the second video you guys saw, we showed it how it looks with the trait, so you can stay in obviously the scope sight. So that obviously works on the Vetterli as well as for all other variants. And people, I can already see you being scared about the Centennial. Don't worry, we'll have changes to the Centennial as well, but they will come a bit later on, so don't worry too much. The Vetterli and the Centennial will both have its place in this update, so we made sure that that's working like that. And yeah, that's the Vetterli Marksman. And what's the other Vetterli? What was it again? I think Silencerly, is that it? Yeah.
I saw quietly.
Quietly. That's a good one as well. So the Silencer Vetterli is the next new Vetterli variant. I think we also teased it yesterday with the stream announcement image for those that have like eager eyes to see these little changes. But the Vetterli is indeed getting a scoped variant. So, and it will cost $150. Do you have anything to add?
Just that I wanted to have that for a long time and I pushed for it. It's the first medium ammo silenced, right? It's the first bolt action silenced. It's a cheap rifle that has some stopping power and silenced. It's just it was missing from the game, and now we came around and added it.
Exactly, and yeah, as you will see in a second, it looks quite cool in game and sounds pretty nice as well. But yeah, let's take a look at a render as well of this, how it looks. I think the silencer looks really cool on this one actually. It almost looks like a skin by default.
We actually, fun fact, we had to tone it down a bit because the character artists, they get lost in their craft sometimes and add so many cool details where we're like, hey, we want to do cool skins on top of that, right? So
Yeah, it like literally almost looks like a skin automatically. And meanwhile, we are playing the video of it in gameplay, so I'll turn it to max volume for you guys, so you can actually hear how it sounds. So I'll stop talking for a second.
Such a nice first-person sound. I really love it. And another thing to mention here, I mean, people will spot this instantly. It has obviously different sights than the normal one, because quite a lot of people have not a problem with the Vetterli sight. Like, yeah, I wouldn't call it that, but you prefer some sights over the others, all right? And Vetterli had some like tricky sights to use, but this one, it's not as restricting as, for example, on the Silenced Sparks, where the sights get huge. This one actually I really like. I could see myself running this over the normal one all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really cool sight. I also like the Vettel Silencer sight as well. It's so different than the original. And yeah, I mean, someone said poor guy in that watchtower. I know that in every video we always show this tower. Yeah, you're right. And okay, then we also have another video showing how it looks, I mean, how it sounds when you get attacked. So I'll also stop talking. Yeah, so it's really quiet and really cool. Yeah, I mean, the Stormtrooper aim is a thing to talk about. But yeah.
We will see this one in other gameplay videos where we show other features but still use the silence Vetterli, so you see this one also dealing some damage later on.
Yeah, so that's the silence Vetterli. I hope you guys liked it, and yeah, as Chris mentioned, we'll also have some other videos where they actually use this gun. So yeah, so let's see what else we have for the Vetterli. Here are some cool table renders for you. If you want to screenshot it and you know have it as a background or something, feel free to do so. It looks really cool. And then yeah, so another addition to the Vetterli 3 is a custom ammo for high velocity. People again who had like good eyes spotted the little new ammo on the table. So far we had obviously the base Vetterli, incendiary ammo, I think FMJ, and now we have high velocity as well. So as always, this increases the bullet velocity for the gun, because I mean for the ammo, that's the main purpose of it, but it also increases the recoil slightly, and it will cost $95 in the store. And yeah, if you have anything to mention regarding the high velo.
Just that, yes, you can get to centennial speeds here. The base Vetterli has 410 meters per second. With this, it will go above 600 to 610 meters per second. But keep in mind, this will be special ammo then, whereas the centennial with the bullet velocity and medium ammo is normal ammo. So that's one change. Plus, we still haven't talked about the centennial changes, which brings this more not in line the other way around, which like solidifies the place both weapons should have in the arsenal more.
Exactly. So yeah, guys, don't be careful. We also have changes for the centennial, and as Chris mentioned, this will be only slightly quicker with the custom ammo equipped, and obviously that uses custom ammo, so it's different. And yeah, we just have a cool render for here as well, just so you guys can see all the bullet types on the table. Awesome. And yeah, we also have like an image which we already shared on our socials. Obviously the very right ammo is the high velocity one. So on the picture from left to right, you can see the basic Vetterli ammo, then the FMJ, the incendiary, and the high velocity. So it's pretty neat. And then, it's not just the Betterli that gets better, or Vetterli, I should say, that get better dispatch, but the Lebel also gets a brand new variant, which is with the Aperture sight. And this is actually, I'm usually not a big fan of Aperture sight, to be honest with you, Chris, but I think this one is actually really cool after seeing it. So, what do you think about it? Tell us a bit about the new variant.
Oh, I think everyone thinks something different about it. I think this is basically a completely new weapon, because we will see it in the video. It just has a new feel to it, and I would say it's the best peephole sight so far, because it makes the most sense for this weapon. Obviously, nitro balancing purposes, right? The wind field, it's not really that we needed the aperture there, but we just could do it easily back then in the days. For this one, it just makes sense, because it makes it a very good all-rounder. Obviously, you still have drawbacks of the aperture, but the gun can handle the range, so it's fair game with this one. I really like this one.
Exactly, and obviously the sight can be switched on this one, so you can just toggle it on and off with the X key by default on PC. But surprisingly, it's really looking really cool. Let us show you a quick render of this as well in a video format, and then we'll show you some gameplay with it as well. So as you can see, there's a bunch of Lebels on the table. Looking really sweet. Yeah, and let's look at the gameplay so you guys can see what we've been talking about. So obviously here is without the sight, and the aperture sight is on the side, and you just toggle it on, and then it almost turns into a completely different gun from the ADS view, I think. Yeah, so it is really cool. By far my favorite peephole. I'm really happy how it turned out.
Yeah, and again with the long ammo, it's just both modes make absolute sense, right? Where other weapons would probably prefer one or the other. With the Lebel, probably people will need both sides now when they experienced it once.
Yeah, and I mean, it gives you more variety, so you don't have to choose now if you want to use the Lebel without scope or with scope. Now you basically have an option in between the two, where you can kind of use both at the same time, depending on how the situation is. But as I said, I think it's super cool. That's it for the Lebel Aperture. Let us know how you guys feel. I can see a lot of people saying it's really cool and they like it, so I'm very happy to see that. And
one more thing, I already see the question that we expected in the chat. It is supposed to work with Iron Sharpshooter. For test server, we couldn't get this running yet, but yes, it's planned to use Iron Sharpshooter and not no Marksman Scopesmith.
Exactly, so that will be probably a known issue when the test servers are online, but that will be changed for the live release, hopefully. And here's just another cool image of it for you guys to see. It looks really sweet. And there's also another gun that we also showed you on socials already. At least not another gun, but another custom ammo for the Terminus, which is Dragon Breath. And when we posted this, we saw you guys having a lot of concerns, or at least not concerns, but the Dragon Breath is useless and it makes no sense. But as we added this new variant, obviously Dragon Breath creates a jet of flames, and on the Terminus it will be especially cool, as you will see it later on. But we also made a few changes to Dragon Breath itself. So the Dragon Breath's custom ammo damage has been slightly increased, and alongside with that, we have added an effective range to this custom ammo. Previously it didn't have one, and now it has one, and the range is dependent on the length of the barrel. So it will be lowest on the Lemot and the highest on like the Romero or any long shotguns, where you can obviously use the Dragon Breath. But it's very important to mention that it obviously still won't be as long of a range as the normal weapon with buckshots.
Yeah, that's the very important part, right? So the based on barrel length means that I think the shortest one has like an effective range of 2 meters, right? Where you could technically also knife someone.
Yeah.
So no reason to get freaked out. It's just we see the use rate of Dragon Breath, and this is a way to balance it. If you want to trade effective range against effect, right? You might not kill the guy, but you can still take a chunk off of him. That's up to you now.
Exactly. I mean, it's I think everyone is happy about this change, because this will like it feel like more balanced, and it will deal more damage, and I think it will be really cool to especially use it on the Terminus. So let's just show you guys first how the ammo looks on the table in the cool little render from our awesome creative services team. Chris, can you tell us what custom ammo currently the Terminus can use? If you know.
I'm pretty sure it was everything except for the Dragon Breath.
So it's Flashette, Penny Shot, Dragon Breath, and is it slugs on it, or is that?
We have slugs on it, yeah.
Oh yeah, all of them. Then all of them basically, yeah.
Well, Star Shell not.
Oh well, yeah. You can't kill AI with it that effectively. I mean, that would be really cool with levering, wouldn't it? And
yeah, that goes into performance concerns, and already there's too many light sources.
And yeah, guys, here you can see that obviously the Terminus can use levering, and it is working quite well with the Dragon Breath on it. This is quite crazy. I really wanted to. I'm not really a shotgun player, but this makes me want to try it, especially on night maps. This would look insane, I feel like. Yeah, just one more time for you guys. Awesome. And yeah, that's it for the Terminus. Also, guys, as always, make sure to play the test servers when they are live and leave your feedback about all the new variants and all the changes, so we know how you feel about them as well, and then we can change accordingly if needed.